Masks are not sufficient. We need vaccines to immunize ourselves. The same is true for cyber attacks. Here too, we have to move from simple protection to immunization. We need to build IT infrastructures that have digital antibodies built in inherently to protect themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As ladies and gentlemen, I just posted yesterday a video talking about the World Economic Forum predicting a massive cyber attack. And right here, right now, we have the World Economic Forum yet again discussing this time immunizing the internet, building an IT infrastructure that is resistant to cyber attacks. We saw the $70 million ransomware attack, and now we saw this today, that a county in Germany declared a disaster after its computer systems were hacked and paralyzed. BSI, the federal cybersecurity watchdog, confirmed this is the country's first ever cyber catastrophe. We're going to continue seeing things like this ramp up. We're going to continue seeing things like this across the globe. The predictive programming is what I'm basing this speculation on. And all I ask you to do to protect yourselves from this scenario, this likely scenario playing out, is getting your Ledger Nano X's, getting your offline hardware wallets, keeping your crypto for the most part off the exchanges. These exchanges are susceptible to hacks. These exchanges will go away after regulations. I'm not talking about the compliant ones. I'm talking about the really shady ones. Keep this all in your mind, guys. We're headed into a new digital infrastructure age. They're going to regulate a lot of things out of existence. But then that's going to make room for central bank digital currencies. Christine Lagarde was just discussing this. And I want all of you to know that they're further ahead than they let you know. About at least 80 central banks are studying, researching, developing central bank digital currencies. And this is the global IT infrastructure they've been discussing, in my personal opinion. Please take a listen.
We think, we central banks, and I'm not the only one here, there are, at least 80 central banks around the world that are looking at digital currencies. We think that it's a duty of us to actually have available digital currencies that would operate to the benefit of consumers. So what would it look like? Well, it could be used like banknotes. I don't think it is like banknotes because it will not have the degree of anonymity that banknotes have. And I find it very interesting, by the way, that in the consultation that we conducted, that consumers who responded in very large numbers said, we want our privacy to be protected, but we don't want anonymity, because they understand the risk of anonymity when it comes to digital currency.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me just be the first one to say I do not know who she surveyed. I just think it's a convenient narrative to put out. Their agenda has always been central bank digital currencies for total control. The one world currency system is on the horizon. Interoperability is the key for central bank digital currencies, though. Crypto Eddie posted on July 9th a study conducted by the Bank for International Settlements on CBDCs using cross-border payments. Interoperability is key. Interoperability is the only difference between central bank digital currencies and the old system. The Nostro Vostro accounts that need to be pre-funded in order for this system to work. Ladies and gentlemen, the The system is falling apart. There is no liquidity. XRP has been rebranded to on-demand liquidity because there will be a liquidity crisis. Central bank digital currencies are coming, but a lot of people argue, why would they need XRP if they're just creating their own currencies? Every nation with their own currencies, they do not need XRP. Nonsense. The key is interoperability. With CBDCs only, with no XRP, it is the same siloed system. With no liquidity, with pre-funded accounts, with no trust between all these banks. The banks don't trust any of the other banks. How ironic is that? The banks don't even trust each other. But with XRP, it's a trustless, interoperable system.
If CBDCs are to become a useful tool for making cross-border payments, interoperability will be a key feature. Also, improvements in regulatory, supervisory, and oversight frameworks are essential preconditions if CBDCs are to be able to reach their potential for making cross-border payments faster, cheaper, and reliable.
Ladies and gentlemen, while understanding that interoperability for central bank digital currency adoption is what's most important, we need to know that XRP and XRP's ecosystem was built to be interoperable and help the entire crypto/new financial system grow, work together. When I think of interoperability, I think of XRP. I think of the ability to tokenize stocks, real estate, derivatives, change from one currency to another, potentially one currency to gold and other commodities. But then I think of the Flare networks, which is giving every indication that they're on standby, ready to launch. CoinMarketCap has officially put up the Spark token on its website. And right here, from the Flare community, Ledger officially puts the app for the Flare network on their device. Ladies and gentlemen, the Flare network launch is imminent, and I'm extremely excited to see how this airdrop takes place. The initial 15% should be airdropped to XRP holders who had XRP during the snapshot on December 12th. Everybody except New York residents will have been able to have gotten their Spark directly airdropped to exchanges. And if you didn't, you'll probably get it airdropped to your offline wallet if you claimed it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are prepared to be active, an active member of the Flare network, the Flare community, and the Spark token, because these Spark tokens will make massive sums of money for those that prepare. There is a vote delegation process on the Flare network, and this is from FTSO.UK. Spark owners have 2 detachable votes, an FTSO vote and a governance vote. Owners are free to delegate and undelegate their votes at any time. The tokens never leave the owner's custody, and they allow for ecosystem project participation. What does this mean? Ladies and gentlemen, there are multiple ways to earn passive income through the Spark token and the Flare network. We're not even getting to Flare finance yet. And of course it's difficult for everybody to understand what's about to happen because we can't actively show you due to the network not being live yet. But once it's live, me and plenty of other community members will go about teaching you how this ecosystem is going to work. This is something you all need to prepare your minds for, as we're almost there. Now, let me briefly pivot your attention back to XRP very quickly. We have this from King Solomon, showing the UK payments regulator. They're talking poorly about Bitcoin and talking positively about decarbonized cryptos. They state specifically, new crypto asset-based system. the UK's Economic and Finance Ministry designates as a payment system. We think that any new system used widely for payment in the UK is unlikely to rely on the type of computational processing required by the technology underlying certain cryptos that make high demands on computer processing power and contribute to most of their energy consumption. This is explicitly stating Bitcoin is not the one. Decarbonized cryptos are the ones, and XRP is 57,000 times more environmentally friendly than Bitcoin. We also have David Schwartz warning everyone that proof of work provides mediocre security and mediocre decentralization at high monetary and environmental costs. The Bitcoin Association has been made aware of a recent illegal block reorganization attack against the Bitcoin SV network by a malicious actor. I've seen every single proof of work project have some type of negative technological development happen to it. Ethereum Classic is a famous one. Bitcoin SV is going through this as well. The only thing stopping Bitcoin from having a malicious attack against it is money. Bitcoin mining is going away. A 51% attack is possible at any given moment. All it takes is money, and that can't be overstated. Replacements and better tech already exists. XRP is solving the biggest problem on the planet. And if you should know one thing about XRP, is that it will solve this problem. It's been stated by Greg Kidd that a $27 trillion Nostro Vostro problem will be solved by XRP, and he doesn't say things nonchalantly to risk his credibility. There is only one thing you need to know about XRP at this point.
Now, the key to making money in a situation like this is to position yourself now before the settlement, because by the time you read about it in the Wall Street Journal, it's already too late.
It honestly is that simple, guys. XRP was built to solve a multi-trillion-dollar problem by providing a multi-trillion-dollar liquidity solution, rebuilding the infrastructure of this financial system. This is one of the things on the agenda of the World Economic Forum. XRP has been named at least 3 times by the World Economic Forum as a solution to problems. And we just saw today a massive, monstrous cyber catalyst that may be the beginning of the end for this system, so the phoenix can rise out of the ashes into the new one. Guys, nothing happening right now is by accident. It is all the synchronistic rollout of a brand new financial system. And while it may seem dark, while you may be bored, while crypto is trading sideways and making people sell or get impatient, this is where the resilient and the training of the pros really shows. The strong will survive. The strong know that crypto is here to stay. The compliant cryptos are here to stay. And I'm gonna cap off this video with Brian Brooks, the former OCC head, current Binance US CEO, telling you that cryptos are here to stay. You just have to be a solution to a massive problem. And our investment does just that. This is the Bearable Bull here, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Listen, we got 2 big problems going on that we all face as an industry, right? So one problem is very, very powerful incumbents, right? Think about how proud we've all been over the last 6 months to say that we're part of a $2 trillion asset class. Isn't that amazing? $2 trillion asset class. But here's the bad news. The real estate market in America is $15 trillion. The US economy is 5 times that. $2 trillion not big enough to take on the banking system alone. So you've got a problem of incumbents really wanting to stop this and kill the baby in its crib. And the second thing you've got is the human mind. The human mind has what we call status quo bias. Any deviation from the status quo is seen as super dangerous. So sort of think about it, you know, a year and a half ago, we all put on our masks and that seemed super scary. Now it seems super scary to take off our masks. Whatever you've been doing seems like the baseline. Don't fall victim to status quo bias. We need people to understand that making make-weight arguments against Bitcoin because it's not where you're used to is like making make-weight arguments that cell phones are going to kill you or that the internet's going to fry your children's brains. Nobody believes that anymore. But they believed it in the first year, and we're still early on. So we need, just to put not too fine a point on it, we need more of your voices talking. Crypto believes that we can go off and build cool stuff and it will get adopted, but we need more people explaining the problems we're solving. Again, that's how I fell down the rabbit hole, is because I spent 20 years working in the problem. So we got to talk about what problems are we solving, which are very, very real. That's when we'll win the argument.